issues which are plaguing us. So, 263 all out. That is the Australian situation at this point in time. They were 168 for 6 heading into the final session.
Yeah.
They somehow managed to drag it to 250 plus. I think Australia will be okay with that kind of an effort. But
Yes.
Mohammad Shami's 4 wickets, in addition to Ravindra Jadeja and Ravichandran Ashwin's 3 wickets, have ensured that India now have a very tricky 10 to 15 minute period before the stumps interval.
Exactly. The remaining 9 overs should actually be just at least a little bit tricky. But the key for India, I think, would be bat out the rest of the day.
Bat out the rest of the day. But Mohammad Shami's 4 wickets. Repeat, on a slow, cracked up, dry Delhi wicket, Mohammad Shami's 4 wickets. How many pacers does Australia have? Only one. And we are going to see spin throughout in this innings because you have got 4 spinners essentially. Travis Head, you have Nathan Lyon, you have Matthew Kuhneman, and you have Todd Murphy,
who was the hero of last match.
Exactly. So, does Mohammad Shami's 4 wickets throw Australia's team composition into a bit of a tizzy? Because only you have Pat Cummins. Cummins alone cannot shoulder all the burden, and you saw that both Siraj and Shami were getting plenty of lift, hostility, and zip from this Delhi wicket at this point in time.
Yeah, like Siraj can count himself unlucky that he didn't get among the wickets, but were it not for him putting all that pressure on Warner early on, you could say that, we wouldn't in fact have gotten those early breakthroughs. Warner was absolutely rattled by Siraj's pace after a point.
The elbow, he didn't look comfortable at all after that, and then he got a blow on the side of the helmet.
Yes.
And Warner just looked rattled. I mean, this is David Warner we are talking about. The guy who was born on those pacey Australian wickets. He himself fell victim to a pacey bouncer. Irony indeed. And after that, Usman Khwaja. I mean, what can we say about Usman Khwaja?
I think the best batsman of the day, barring maybe Peter Hanscom,
took a superhuman catch from KL Rahul
to actually get him out. Correct. Yeah. Full credit for that catch, because otherwise beyond that it looked like Khwaja was very comfortable.
Yes.
He didn't seem bothered by the way the pitch was playing. He'd gotten himself in, and one shot just ended up being his undoing. And you can also give full credit to KL for the catch, because he had to dive, one-handed catch. Very, very good effort on his part.
But yet again, Australia's cluster collapsing.
Yeah.
They were 91 for 1. They lost 2 quick wickets in Steve Smith and Manas Labuschagne.
Correct.
And after that, Travis Head fell. But luckily, Hanscom managed to kind of stabilize the Australian innings.
He did.
But when Khwaja fell, Carey fell. That was another cluster collapse.
Exactly.
And then in the session after that, when Cummins fell, Murphy also fell.
Correct.
Lyon tried to hang around, but he also fell quickly. So Australia's cluster collapsing indicates that they just cannot hang in there for a long period of time. You just take a leaf out of Rohit Sharma's book in Nagpur. The way how he managed to negotiate every passage of play is a textbook case of how you need to apply yourself on rather difficult. I may say the Nagpur pitch was a difficult deck. It wasn't a devilish deck by any sense of the match. Here also, the odd ball is bouncing up. There's zip on the wicket. There's also turn. But Australia, when they came to India, I think they kind of expected that this would happen.
Yeah. This is not a surprise. In fact, for that matter, I think that the way the pitches have played so far haven't been extreme by any stretch of the imagination. Same thing was here as well. I mean, this didn't look like an extreme pitch. If anything, there was plenty of assistance for all the pacers, as we saw. They were getting some good bounce. They were getting a bit of movement of seam. So I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue when it comes to, it's tricky. No one is denying that it's tricky, but that's the point of Test cricket, isn't it?
Absolutely. So the problem, what we are seeing in this Australian team is that Hanscom and Khwaja showed the way. Had Khwaja not played at reverse sweep, I mean, the shot selection also, I must say, okay, you can argue that he was in good nick. You could argue that he was trying to be aggressive, but he need not have played that shot. But remember, it came at the middle of the bat.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with his shot as such.
A slow mover could have missed it. But KL Rahul took a brilliant catch that turned the session around.
Absolutely.
Because had Khwaja been there and had Hanscom managed to settle in, who knows, this total of 263 could very well have been 300 plus, which I'd argued was a safe buffer zone for Australia.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, Mohammad Shami, I mean, he comes, hits the right length, gets the right bounce from the deck, and he's accurate. David Warner just fiddling out, got out. And then the rest of the tail,
He wiped it out.
We often argue that India don't polish off the tail, but they did in this case.
No, they don't in white ball cricket.
Yeah.
Here though, no problems
No
whatsoever.
problem. But I have to be very, very. It is infuriating to see it. By the way, before I come to the infuriating part, there were some magnificent moments with Ravichandran Ashwin when he dismissed Alex Carey, got his 100th wicket against Australia. Only the great Jumbo Anil Kumble is ahead of him with 111 wickets. Jadeja got his 250th
test wicket.
second quickest.
Yes, second
in
quickest
history.
after Ian Botham.
Wow. But it is on Jadeja. I mean, what is it about him and no balls and during the end of an innings or a match?
The second time now it's happened in the same series.
Jadeja now bowls a lot of no balls. And remember, India might get away with it here, but if it's in the World Test Championship final, I am sorry, that might come to bite you back in a big way. So,
absolutely,
this is the one problem area that I may see, that you cannot be bowling no balls.
That and of course, slip catch is being dropped again.
Oh yes, unfortunately there was a flash that I think it was Hanscom who had a flash and Virat Kohli had slipped. Unfortunately, dropped the catch, and I think let us not say much about it because it was a sharp chance, but for Kohli's standard, he should have taken it.
He could have taken it.
Because we believe, and this is not a ridiculing Virat Kohli or anything, we believe that he is a very, very good fielder. He just makes difficult catches look easy and easy catches difficult. So that is the one problem that he's had. And slip catching, unfortunately, we saw in Mirpur, we even saw in Nagpur, and now here, he unfortunately dropped a catch that ensured that he would be in the talking point. But with the bat, probably he could silence his critics. And Ravichandran Ashwin, yet again, superstar, got those 2 wickets of Labuschagne and Smith that opened the floodgates up and ensured Australia wouldn't get a big total. So that is how about it. And as Akash Bharat was saying, yes, it's a tricky face-to-face when the game is in the balance.
So I think it depends. Balance in what sense? I think Australia would have been happy if they'd gotten to 300.
Yes.
Yeah, what they've gotten now is definitely an improvement from 177 all out. But I mean, I still don't think. I think this wicket, in fact, might. Dare I say, I'm putting myself out there, might be a little easier for the Indians to bat on because it doesn't look as perilous as what the Nagpur one did.
I think your best batting conditions are going to be D2. And then after day 2, it is going to deteriorate even further, rapidly in fact. This kind of reminds me of the 2013 test that was held at the same venue, India versus Australia. Very corroded rank turner on day 1. Australia made over 272. India managed 262. But in the second innings, Australia collapsed and India won the series 4-0. This pitch kind of resembles that in that way. So Australia made a similar start in that sense, 263. But I think India's batting depth might ensure that they would at least not want to lose a wicket today. And tomorrow, hopefully, they would have gotten ahead of Australia without losing too many wickets.
Right. And Rohit has, in fact, gotten off the mark with
a boundary, like how he did in
the last time around as well. So clearly, he's in a bit of a good mood.
He is like Sehwag. He gets off the mark in ODIs, in boundaries and all that. So, Rohit Sharma has begun very well of Pat Cummins. And remember, there's only one pacer in the
so you're guaranteed going to be seeing spin in the next over.
Exactly. Who will bowl it? Todd Murphy, Nathan Lyon, Matthew Kuhneman, or Travis Head? Let's wait and see. I think maybe for the left armour, maybe they may try Kuhneman because
left. Oh, you have 2 right-handers.
You have 2 right-handers, so they
second over for a debutant.
Yeah, I mean in the Bangladesh series, you saw the likes of Taijul bowled one end up with the new ball, and maybe he was there at the other end. So I think Australia will gamble on Kuhneman to open at the other end, but it's a tall task. If you have to keep this Indian batting down, it's a very tall task indeed. Shashank and Ashwin come at number 3. Yeah, maybe
if India loses an early wicket,
sure he will. I mean, he did most of the hard work in that Nagpur test. Gave you a platform, got out maybe about an hour closer to the first hour on day 2. But then he had already done your work, and that's why now I think he will come in at number 3 if there is an early wicket. But India made a good start, 4 for no loss in the first over, and we'll be back very soon for
the end of the day.
End of the day. So subscribe to Sports Day for all the latest news and analysis. Thank you.
Bye-bye.